Welcome to another episode of Viking Women's Basketball with Lynn Kennedy. Wasn't a guarantee that we'd be filming this one, but the Vikings are in the NCAA Tournament for the first time since 2010. And, Coach, it was about as dramatic as possible there at the Big Sky Tournament. We'll start there. Down 57-50 with just over 5 minutes left. You guys outscored the Eagles 11-2 the rest of the way. And, of course, it's capped by freshman Desiree Hansen hitting the game-winning shot with 3 seconds left.
Well, Eastern Washington had played a great game up to that point. You know, they had taken away a lot of the looks that we wanted to get offensively, played great defense, and then they were hitting shots. I mean, I think a team coming in, they had nothing to lose. They had upset 2 higher seeds early on, so they were playing well. It was really back to that media timeout, down 7, and it was, you know, the team looking at each other saying, this is it. This is the last opportunity we have to get this huddle, to make our push. And it was really about the team coming together and doing the things we had done all year, defensively getting stops. I thought we rebounded well in the fourth quarter, and in the last 5 minutes we had to do that. We could only allow 1 shot or get a turnover, which we did. And then, you know, offensively we had better flow. We gave them a couple looks we hadn't used all year. That allowed us to get some easy shots. And then, you know, Des at the end, it was really about giving her an opportunity to read the defense. She had the first option to attack or shoot the ball. If they took that away, she could hit Ashley on a slip off the screen. And if they took that away, we had Courtney cutting to the basket, open on a lob or on an offensive rebound. So she did a great job of reading it. It was a tough shot. You know, the defender came up, had her hand extended, and she still was able to knock it down. But she hits those all the time in practice. And, you know, she's in a position there to knock down a shot, win a game, and she still held her composure. And really it was about, in that timeout, we had 1 possession left, get a stop, and win the game.
And the Vikings made the championship game only after upsetting Idaho 75-59 in the semifinals. It was your first win over Idaho in 10 tries. And the three-point shooting, they lead the nation in 3 points per game, 6 of 29 against you guys on Wednesday. Taylor Pierce, who's the top individual three-point shooter in the nation, 0 of 12.
Well, I mean, I think it had been 11 years since we beat Idaho. And so it was a lot of emotions in that game. It was one of those things that we had played so well against them several times in the last couple of years that we knew we were right there. And it was about us locking in defensively, using our length, playing better defense, and then rebounding the ball better. If we allowed them more than 1 shot, it was going to be tough to beat them. And I thought we did a really good job in that game, rebounding, allowing them only 1 shot. You know, with 2 great shooters, a lot of it is luck too, though. I mean, how many times is Pierce going to not make a shot, you know, from 3? And so what we wanted to do was take away the good looks. So if we could extend, use our quickness and our length, force kind of tough shots and tough looks at the basket, maybe they would start driving. Then we could use our attack on the inside to take away those good looks. So I thought we did a great job of extending out, using our athleticism, staying in front, and then making their role players step up and try to win a game for them. And, you know, in the fourth quarter, when we extended past the 10 points, I thought, you know, we were in pretty good position. They started rushing some shots, and then they had a foul at the end too. But, you know, a great win. To be that emotional, though, afterwards, and then try to regroup for the Eastern game was tough, but it was a learning process too, as far as, you know, being the underdog, winning the game, and then now being the favorite, and then actually going out and winning a championship.
And all tournament titles are special, but this one with, you know, the seniors that have meant so much to your program has to add a little bit more. You know, when they were freshmen, they won 4 games. Now 4 years later, they're Big Sky champions.
Yeah, I think, you know, a lot of it is just the amount of work they put in. I was told the tournament last week at the press conference that I was anxious the night before, not because of the game and the impact of what it means to our program, but just for the seniors and the amount of work and commitment and dedication they put into the program, and to see it unfold the last 3-4 years, you know, and some of them were red shirts that first year, some played. So Corey and Pia were part of that first year, and then Sydney and Ashley and Courtney were part of that second group that came in and really started us, you know, from the 4 wins to the 16 to the 19 to the 25 this year. Says a lot about what they mean to this program and what they've done in their career. And I think, personally, I think it's going to go down as one of the best teams in school history and probably the best recruiting class, maybe, just to see the outcome of what they've done for the program.
All right, we'll get to the decks. The Vikings play second-seeded Oregon in the Portland Regional in the first round in Eugene Friday at 6 p.m. And it's a big challenge for the Vikings. Oregon is one of the best, if not the best, offenses in the nation. 4 of their 5 starters shoot over 40% from three-point, and then you add in Ruthie Hebert in the post.
Yeah, they're a potential Final Four team. I mean, I think that's probably their goal going into this season. They've been to Elite Eight the last 2 years. They've got 2 of the best players in the league, and Sabrina's probably, a Player of the Year candidate and should be Player of the Year. Maybe the number 1 pick in the WNBA draft either this year or next year. So, very good team. We know that going into it. But I think what we have to do is continue to be us. We can't look at them and get overwhelmed by who they are and what they bring. We have to continue to do the things that we've done all year. We look at that Idaho game, and I think we can do a lot of things we did in that game against Oregon. Try to use our strengths, take away some of their weaknesses that we see, and they have very few. But there's a couple things we can try to do to take away from their game and what they do really well. But they can shoot from the outside. Ruthie on the inside is one of the best power post players, and she's athletic and get to the basket on a dribble. And Sabrina can break down any defense. She's just a smart basketball player. So for us is we're not going to completely shut them down, but try to control it, control the game, control the tempo, offensively make them guard us. I think that all of our options is good for us to have on the offensive end, and try to take the game into the fourth quarter. If we can get into the fourth quarter, make it a couple possession game, maybe some of the pressure of the moment for them weighs on them a little bit. They've had such great moments this year, beating Stanford by 40, but then turning around and losing to Stanford 2 in the championship game. So you try to put some of that pressure back on the favorite team, and it's not called March Madness for anything. So anything can happen. We know that. We just want to be that team, and we've enjoyed the moment, but now it's time to go down and win a game on Friday.
All right, got to like that as a Viking fan. Once again, it's Friday, 6 p.m. against Oregon. It's going to be 30 minutes at least after the first game in Eugene, which starts at 4 p.m., so it may be pushed back to 6:30. Either way, ESPN2 will have the broadcast, and Terry Mariani will have a special audio stream at govikes.com. For all your women's basketball information, go to govikes.com.